So we will be passing it off to player interviews with Jake Mason and 2 players from Team USA who are coming on next here on the main court. Please stay tuned.
Oh, I'm on. Oh. I'm like, do I look okay? Christina's just like, yes, yes, you're on. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm here with the future, America's youth, Mike McGee and Elijah Hashimoto. Team USA, their first time on the team because they just had to finish school first. And then, no kidding. So just to give context to our viewers at home and abroad, Mike, how old are you?
I am 19.
And Eli, how old are you?
17.
17. We can share. Oh, when are you 17 now? I've been saying 16, so I'm sorry. You just turned 17. When was your birthday? Happy birthday.
I've been in his shoes. It's a little offensive. But
huh?
I said I've been in his shoes. It's a little offensive.
Offensive. I've been there. I'm the old guy now. So how do you think I feel? All these kids with their cartilage and all that. Anyway. So, Mike, you've been on kind of like this big platform before with UDC. I've interviewed you before when you were 16 and new. What's the difference kind of between like that, the UDC trampoline tournament, and being here on this kind of stage?
This stage is just, it's the greatest across the world. So it's every game you play is a match that you can lose if you're not at your best.
Awesome, awesome. And then as far as like kind of like the going into this, like kind of the training, you had 2 broken fingers, or like essentially within the last like 2 months.
Yeah, I broke my knuckle at Nationals, which was around 5 weeks ago, and then I dislocated my pinky about 10 days ago pretty badly.
Has that been affecting your gameplay here, you think?
Yeah, there was a couple times I went for a catch and slowly dropped it because I just can't clamp, can't commit fully.
Grip. That's like really unfortunate to have so close, but this happens. You're powering it through. Again, anything you've noticed kind of being here? Again, you've been on the kind of the public's view. You've been on UDC a bunch, but in the nationals and playing here, foam's not your game. What's usually?
No, 8.5 is mainly my game. So foam is a bit of adjustment. I think this is only counting the days being here, my 6th time playing with a foam ball, 7-inch foam ball.
And you're still killing it. What was your throw speed at the combine? It was like 72 miles an hour?
I think it's 77 or
77 miles an hour. So you're driving down the freeway, and Mike's ball is passing you, like in the fast lane. So just remember that if you're in front of him, you don't want to mess with him. I'm going to have you pass the microphone off to Elijah Hashimoto. Now, I've been hearing that you are being referred to as America's sweetheart.
Yes, that's what
Have you heard that? You've been told that? You just got added to the team. It looks like you've seen a lot of play time. I had only seen you play rubber before this, like 8.5 rubber. Had you play foam as well normally?
I started out playing foam when I was like 11 and then quit after like a year and just been playing 8.5. And then we did the combine and that's when I started playing more.
A little closer, yeah. Speak up, son. I like giving these guys a hard time. Wait, real quick, just Mikey, how old were you when you started playing dodgeball?
12, I believe.
12, and you were 11?
Yes.
I didn't start playing dodgeball until I was 29. So just to put things into perspective, you were. I can throw 14 miles an hour. No. So you went to the combine. You came to the training camp. After training, the team decided to add some people on here. You're here on the stage. You got a chant. People are chanting for you. What is that like?
It's exciting. It's good to know that we're backed up by a crowd.
The crowd, I mean, again, the crowd, you're America's sweetheart. That's what they're calling you. It's these baby cheeks. How is your family? You have family here? Your grandparents are here?
Yes.
Watching you live. And your family back in Texas?
Yes, they're watching on the
Do you have anything you'd like
stream.
to say to your family back in Texas?
Just thank you for the support, I guess.
You guess?
Yes.
They're being harassed by the other youth, but these are the ones that are off camera and are not the future. If they are, then pray for us. Anyway, okay, so you have a big intense match coming. Who do you play first? Oh, you play Italy.
Yes.
What are your thoughts going into this next game?
We just want to stick to our game plan, so hopefully beat them and face Canada.
So if you beat them, you face Canada, or
No,
the
it's
winner?
not yet, but we
You're
think
assuming
Mexico will lose to
All right.
Canada.
How do you feel going into that?
Pretty much the same way. We gotta stick to our game plan. You know, it's just it's a long journey, and better team's gonna come out. Is the end of the story.
Do you guys have any experience? I mean, how's the team, being that you are at least like 10 years younger than most of everybody else on the team? How is that? How is the team cohesion like? Do you guys get along? I mean, obviously get along, but like, what's that dynamic like?
I mean, everyone gets along. We have a ton of fun together, but there's definitely a few jokes that fly right over our heads. But you know, that's what keeps it fun. Any
of your experience?
It's fun. It's exciting playing with more experienced players than ourselves.
And that joke's going over your head. I get that too. Yeah, I know. Brendan's a lot younger than me too, and I'm cracking up, and he's like, dude, I don't get it. But at the same time, I don't understand Pokemon Go, so it's fair. Anyway, they've got a game to play, and you've got a game to watch, and I've got Terry Thrasher and Elisa Westman coming up to guide you through it. Elijah Hashimoto, Mike McGee. Thanks, guys. The future, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Jake.
Hello and welcome back to the WDBF World Championships here in Los Angeles, California. I am Elisa Westman.
And I'm Terry Thrasher.
We're so happy to have you here. We got a great match coming up with Team USA versus Team Italy men's. You just got to see an interview with two of the Team USA players, Mikey McGee and Eli Hashimoto, two of the younger players that maybe was emphasized in Jake Mason's interview with them, but they are definitely seeing a lot of great playing time here in this tournament and hope to see some great stuff for them coming up.
Yeah, I think it was mentioned in the interview, but obviously Hashimoto's earned some fans. We've heard a lot of crowd chants for him.
Yes.
I will say I'm a fan of Mike McGee's play as well. I think those two are fantastic players. Considering how young they are, they do not look out of place alongside some of these dodgeball players who have like 5 and 10 years of experience. I think it's really awesome to see players that young shining on such a big stage.
Absolutely. Eli Hashimoto has been nicknamed America's sweetheart, and that's definitely proven to be true. He's got a big fan crowd here, people cheering his name. They're making all sorts of anthems around him, so that's really fun to see. It's nice to be able to rally around a few players like that, and that's got to make him feel better. He's a junior in high school, so that's got to make him feel better.
Yeah, I did not have people chanting my name when I was a junior in high school.
Definitely not. So we can see Team USA men's huddled up here, getting ready to play their first playoff round against Team Italy. We saw Italy play earlier today against Argentina. Very close game that was.
Yeah, we saw a lot of growth, I would say, in the play of both of the two newest teams competing in the WDBF championships. This is Italy's sophomore year in the league and Argentina's first year.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen a lot of progression from both of the teams. We expected that they might have a tougher start at the beginning, playing against all this experience and history in a lot of the other countries, but I don't know, I feel like they've adapted, they've grown so much in this tournament here in Los Angeles, and I fully expect to see more great things from Argentina next year, so I hope we see them again soon.
Absolutely, and like we heard in the interview we had with Italy earlier, they're hoping to learn and grow from this. They've already grown in the last couple days that they've been here. They know that this is going to be a tough game for them, but they're up for the challenge, and I think we could see some really fun plays here.
Yeah, we heard from Giovanni DeSantis that they know the American team might be pretty strong for them, but that they still plan to do their best to get a couple of sets off the Americans, learn what they can. And I think what better way to learn than just continuing to play against the top competition in the world. Absolutely.
And yeah, like you said, for years to come, they're going to come back stronger and stronger every year. So it's great to see some more teams from the European market, the circuit come and join at the WDBF. It'd be great to grow the sport even more and see more flags along the wall here.
Yeah, we've got, this might be the biggest, most diverse group of competitors yet. But I'm optimistic it'll get even bigger next time. So
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, the Italians are a fun crew. We were able to hang out and talk with them a little bit earlier. They got a big fan base, even from the Aussies. The Aussies seem to be going for the Italian crew, which when that happens, you have a large fan base. The Aussies, even if they're small in number, which they aren't here today, they are loud. They're big in spirit. They are big in spirit, that's for sure.
And you're right. It was like the Australians here kind of adopted Italy in the last game. It's always nice to see the camaraderie building up between some of the different nations. And we are getting close to starting between Italy and the United States, so I think we're going to cut over to take a look at that shortly. This is the #1 seed on the men's side against the #8 seed.
You'll see both of those two young guns that were just interviewed starting for Team USA. Mikey McGee and Eli Hashimoto playing on the right side.
We see Manuzzi there, called off by the referee. Tried to block the throw off the rush from Foley, but okay, now having a little conversation with this court's head ref, Nick Factorin.
Already having a referee's circle. This might be a closer, intense game.
Yeah, 3 seconds in the ref's huddle.
Yeah.
They want to make sure they get the calls right, though. You see right away some of those strong throws from the Americans connecting, and
Go ahead.
just 3 members of Italy left. Make that 2. A good, accurate throw from Ketchum there.
What's nice about these games going on a Friday evening here in Los Angeles is that the crowd has slowly grown throughout the day already, and it's nice to have a big fan base, lots of cheering, regardless of who they're cheering for. It's fun to have. It's always fun that when you're a player to have a big crowd around you and cheering and screaming for you.
Yeah, definitely feels like there's a lot of energy in the building tonight. I attribute part of that definitely to the Friday evening feel. Ooh, there are a couple of accurate shots right on the money. Camerani knocked out, and now it's just down to DeSantis. Missing Kreider, taking another shot. Nate Kreider jumping over that one. Now DeSantis is going to have his work cut out for him. And he gets cut out instead.
First game going to Team USA. See how the Italians went in just from here. We had learned yesterday when we had spoken to Team Italy that a majority of their team comes from Ravenna, which is a town outside of Venice in Italy, and I have a couple more players in a town outside of Rome. So that's the biggest hub, they said, for dodgeball in Italy is in Ravenna, and that's where a majority of their team comes from, both the men's and women's.
Yeah, a lot of them seem to play together pretty often, have a lot of good on-court rapport.
They're used to playing with the cloth ball, which is very common in the European circuit, but they're adjusting to this foam ball. It is a very different type of play, but they said they're enjoying it, and they're looking forward to getting better each year, that they want to come back to the WDBF.
And I feel like this year, again, their throws are that much more accurate. Their catching is solid. Ooh, speaking of catching, Perez not quite able to find that one. And the Americans back up to the line, where you see a big shot from Ketchum that misses. Counter shot toward McGee, blocks that cleanly. And now the shot clock is back onto Team USA. And that one gets through the block. And we see Caretta knocked out of the play for now.
Kreider pushing the line for the Americans, making it tougher for the Italians to push their way up, but they're pushing them back now.
Yeah, they choose to throw one at each corner, but so far no luck. There we see a couple of throws. Oh, and a return from Italy, but once again, not quite finding the mark. This time the Americans with just 3 balls. You see Foley, McGee, and Kreider coming up. There's the throw from McGee that misses. And now we see the attempted counter from Manuzzi missing. But DeSantis, I think, got caught in the crossfire there.
Hit by Nate Kreider, Team USA captain.
Yeah, he's so good at picking his spots to let those shots go. Oh, 2 very accurate throws, knocking Manuzzi out.
First by Andrew Ketchum, second by Nate Kreider. Andrew Ketchum has a notorious hard throw that it's not fun being on the receiving end of, I can vouch.
Yeah, I have not yet played against him, but I've heard things. Things that corroborate what you just said, yep. And now they go across and outside at the far corner, but everybody missing. Catch him. Ooh, sends that one over top. That was Daniel Caprera wisely going low in that case. And now back to the line. Somewhat of a weak shot, but Kreider avoiding it.
For watchers at home, all outs are, the lines are hard outs, so the players also have to be cognizant of those white lines that you can see on the court right now. If they happen to accidentally step on the outside white line or in the blue area, they are counted as out. And that's not the way you want to necessarily step out here on the world stage when everything could possibly be on the line in the medal match.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely want to make sure the other team has to earn it by catching a good throw or making a good shot like that one. That one finds Caprera on the feet as he tries to jump. Not quite high enough. And so now the Italian side down to just one. I believe that is Marco Camerani. I think he'll look catch. He does. And he doesn't actually squeeze it. Got his hands on it, but that's a 2-0 lead for the United States. I think so far the Italians are doing a reasonable job at keeping it in a position where they have a chance to make plays. They're not getting caught up in situations where they just kind of get hit hard and don't have a chance to make a play. They've been able to take some counterattacks. They've been able to get up to the line and take some shots. But so far, the Americans executing a lot better. So.
Yeah, something interesting about the American squad is that it's a pretty diverse crowd as far as where they are originally located in the country. There's a couple from LA, a couple from the north, a couple from the south, a couple from the east. So a lot of these players, even though they might know each other well, have not necessarily played together before 2 days ago. So they're slowly finding their groove, finding their mesh. They're all amazing players, obviously, but it's very different for them to maybe necessarily have to play together for the first time.
Yeah, and everybody's familiar with the general idea of how to play competitive dodgeball, but there's a team catch.
Excellent catch by Team Italy.
Yeah, Eric Stone taking the throw, and he connects with his target. It just pops up in a way that the teammate was able to save him. So now the Italians in a good position, having made some good shots and a team catch.
2 players left in for Team USA, Nate Kreider, captain, and Eli Hashimoto. You might be able to hear the team cheering Hashimoto on. They have definitely adopted him as the crowd favorite here in Los Angeles.
There we see DeSantis took a throw. Karate hit out on a counter from Kreider. Kreider again doing damage. As Alessandro Rizzi hit out. And just like that, Italy down to 3. A solo throw toward Nate Kreider. He blocks it.
Three left in for Team Italy. Daniele Caprera on the right corner. Looks like he just got hit out by Nate Kreider.
I feel like Nate recognized that Caprera keeps kind of doing that same dodge. So Nate threw in a position that if number 79 did take that dodge, he would get hit out. And another good shot.
DeSantis just stepping off for Team Italy. 1 player left on the court.
This is Camerani. Almost came in with that grab, but Nate Kreider showing some good accuracy on that set, placing those balls right where he wanted to, and shooting at almost 100% to finish that point off. So 3-0 lead for the United States.
Looks like they're switching out their lineup a little bit on Team USA. Glenn Spacer stepping in. Cody Stidham from Dallas.
Yeah, we see Eric Stone in the other corner. He was in the last point, but we didn't see him too much last night.
Derek Johnson stepping in as well for Team USA, and Justin Pyan.
There we see the throw from Spacer off the rush, eliminating the opponent. And the Americans with the 6'5" player edge to start things off. That throw missing. Now the US, a couple of balls, a counter towards Cody Stidham missing. Yeah, now it's just 4 left on Team Italy.
4 on 4 it looks like, or 4 on 5, excuse me.
A good throw back and forth. That one pops up, but nobody's going to find it. And so Stone hit out. Stidham holding the line now while Payan collects the ball.
Glenn Spacer on the right corner. Derek Johnson taking that shot, refs conferring to see if that was a hit or if it was hit the ground first.
And Marco Caretta waiting to see what the refs say. It's hard to tell sometimes when it's right at your feet. Maybe hits the floor first, maybe doesn't. Those are, usually I know if I've gotten hit, but those are the situations where I have to check with the refs. And in this case, everybody agreeing that it's safe. So back up to the line. There's a throw again toward Caretta from Payan, but he misses.
Fun fact about Derek Johnson, who's on for Team USA right now, he's from Des Moines, and the local news station from Des Moines did a news piece on him making Team USA Dodgeball. I was able to see it on Facebook. It was a really nice piece. They interviewed him. They gave him a little bit of love, hometown love, and that was nice
awesome
to see him. That you wouldn't necessarily see that in LA on the news station here. That was great to see that Dodgeball is growing enough to make it to the local news.
A bit of a overly high shot there from Caretta, who I'm sure would like to have put that a little closer to the target. And now a couple of throws toward him, but he survives. That's Stidham and Payan letting go. Caretta's counter missing. Yeah, I think over the last few months I've seen a little more favorable news coverage for a bunch of players. Canada and the US, just kind of some celebrating their success from their hometown papers. I saw some articles in Hamilton recently about a family of people who play dodgeball there. So, you know, it's always nice to see the sport getting some recognition.
Yeah, I always love it when it does stay in the family, like you mentioned. Several members of a family all playing together. I was talking to Eli Hashimoto. His mom, his stepdad, his brother, and him, they all play competitive dodgeball. So it's very much in the family for the Hashimotos.
That's great. And we see a little fancy action there. DeSantis trying to catch some American players off guard, ends up nearly taking out the shagger there. Now the Americans coming forward. Ooh, little drop shot there, I think catching DeSantis slightly by surprise. Absorbs the blow in good spirits though, and the Americans with a 4-0 lead now.
So you may be noticing, for those viewers that have watched previous days, the U.S. are in different uniforms today. So these are their Dubs playoff jerseys. A couple of the countries will have different jerseys for round robin than they will for playoffs. So for instance, Team USA was in red or maroon for round robin, and now they're in black. Team Canada kind of did the opposite. They were in black for round robin, and now they're going for an all white look. You can kind of see in the camera on the far court right now, Team Canada in all white. So it's kind of fun that they wanted to change the pace a little bit. Some of these countries do that.
Yeah. You can see the Malaysian men playing as well. They've changed jerseys from the darker motif they had in the first 2 days. They've now got this white, black, and yellow.
A big thing among the dodgeball community is trading jerseys. So what that means is a player will order maybe multiples of their own jersey, and then they'll trade with players from other countries that they maybe admire or respect or just like outright. And so you'll sometimes see players wearing a jersey from a completely different country, a completely different last name and number on the back, but that's just like kind of a nice, fun trading exchange that happens here at these big Worlds tournaments.
Exactly. It's always kind of a neat gesture. I find in Toronto, after Worlds last year, quite a few of the players who were on Team Canada were rocking jerseys from Australia, Malaysia, all sorts of places.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. Fun dodgeball exchange program we have here.
Yeah, there we see Eric Stone making a hit and then immediately going low to avoid the counterattack. He's a very nimble player out there. And we see the throw from Spacer missing. Counter towards Stone, blocked. And now a bit of pressure from Team Italy. Oh, but a big hit. And a counter onto Johnson, finds him. Stone gets caught out. That is a pretty significant momentum change. We are down to just, I believe that's Payan and Cody Stidham. There's a counter baited in from Stidham, and he manages to hit out his opponent, Marco Carretta. Italy looking for their first point. Stidham aggressive out of the corner. They throw toward Payan, but he avoids it.
2 players left on the court for Team USA, Stidham and Payan, against 4 Italian players. This might be the opportunity that Italy was looking for to get a point on the board here.
Yeah, we see a 1-for-1 attempt there between Stidham and Prifti, but so far nothing doing. Now the Americans back to the line. Payan not able to block that one cleanly, and now it's just down to Cody Stidham out of Texas. Oh, great shot. Prifti showing that he didn't quite know how to deal with that ball as it came in. And now the attack onto Stidham. Finds him.
Yes.
Italy on the board.
Beautiful play by Team Italy. You can see them celebrating that on the court right now, the full team. They've got to be feeling really good about that one right now, taking a game off Team USA.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see them celebrate pretty hard for every single point they're able to take off these Americans.
And that's huge for them. Coming in here, like you said, in their sophomore year, they know they've got a different type of ball type and different whole big kind of competition coming in here and taking a game off Team USA. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, we'll see if they can build on that. And off the rush, there's a shot from DeSantis that misses. And now the Americans will start with 4 balls.
And a hit by Glenn Spacer.
The follow attempt by Marchbanks misses, and the counter toward him misses as well. Then we see a shot that grazes Eric Stone. 5-on-5 now. See a good fake out of the Italian corner, get some respect from the Americans.
And another hit by Glenn Spacer.
Yeah, good accuracy, and Payan connecting as well. Following throw from Marchbanks goes high. Yeah, Spacer so far showing some good accuracy in this set.
Another hit by Justin Payan in the corner.
And you see he let go pretty much right after the opposing corner had taken a shot. So that's Payan protecting his teammates and showing that reckless throws are going to get punished. There we see Italy now knocked down to just 1.
I had a feeling Team USA was going to come out swinging a little harder in this one. Oh, and a hit on Stidham on that one.
Ooh.
But Justin Payan finishing that game off, making the score 1-5 in favor of US.
Yeah, and I like the aggressive play there from Prifti. He knew he had to take chances. Again, like we say, when you're down 1 against several, you're going to have to get lucky. You're going to have to take some chances if you just try to play it really, really safe. Eventually, you're going to get hit by something, especially with those big throws on the American side.
Absolutely.
You can hear some big Mexico chants coming from the far court where they're against Team Canada. Can't see what the score is there, but at least we know that there are some riled up fans.
For those of you wanting to see what the other courts, what's going on in the other courts, there are live stream cameras going on all courts right now. So if your hometown country is playing on one of the other courts, there should be a YouTube link to see there. There's only commentary happening on the main court, court 1. Beautiful catch right there by Cody Fowley. But there's only commentary happening on court 1, but if you would like to view the other games, those are going on as well on YouTube and Twitch.
We just saw a double hit on Marchbanks and Ketchum there. That was DeSantis letting it go. The Hashimoto cheers begin. Throw from Perez, missing Manuzzi. And the ref blowing play there. I think they're just checking to see if that was a hit on Carretta. I believe that's what stopped the play.
We are monitoring the YouTube chat. If anyone has any questions or comments they'd like to share with us, we can try to answer any questions that you might be having. about the games or upcoming matches.
I say Karata is safe. I think that ball bounced just before it found him, but the refs with a really good angle on it. And now Italy to the line, looking for Foley. I'd say my favorite thing about Cody Foley in this tournament are the big fakes he makes with the ball, as we see a good example there. And my least favorite thing is his mustache. I love you, Cody.
Cody Fowley stepping off on that one. 2 players left in for the U.S., Isidro Perez and Eli Hashimoto. 5 players still left in for Team Italy.
Yeah, Hashimoto's throw there, catching Karata through the block. It's a good strike. And now we see Italy, a lot of pump fakes, looking for both players. Perez collects that ball. Both Americans holding 2 now. So Italy just 1 ball in the hands of Manuzzi, and he just gets hit in the foot. And so now Italy still 3 strong, but they had a bigger player advantage and not able to hang on. So we'll see if they can now capitalize. 1 throw toward Hashimoto is dodged. And now Italy backing up as the Americans take the line. Good shots there, knocking Caprera out.
Nice hit by Isidro Perez from Arizona.
And now we are back to 2-on-2. Oh, that one got away. And a team catch.
Ricochet catch.
And
a hit by Team Italy, taking another game off the United States. Look how excited they are about this one. They are celebrating every moment here right now.
yeah, you saw the Italians there taking advantage of a good bounce and a little bit of chaos. We saw the team catch made and the counterattack on Hashimoto, who tried to cover his teammate, protect while that team catch was in the air. If Hashimoto could have hit the potential catcher, it would have negated the possibility, but instead he was left defenseless, and a good shot. And Team Italy gives them their 2nd point.
I'm going to quickly try to answer some of the YouTube questions right now. The Team Canada score we are not sure of, but it might be on the other court if you want to switch over to there. Their chat might know something about that. The rest of the night schedule, there is 2 more games. Tonight, the next game will be the U.S. women versus the Australian women, I believe. And then there's 1 more match after that that's still to be determined depending on the winner and losers of upcoming games.
You see a near catch there from Manuzzi, but wasn't able to hang on. Yeah, there's a question about which teams throw harder. I would certainly say nearly every player on the American side has a cannon. From what I've seen, several of the Italians have pretty hard throws too. As the tournament's gone on, quite a few of their throws have gotten better. I think Manuzzi and DeSantis and Prifty probably the 3 hardest, as far as I can tell. I'm not actually on the court facing them, but they look good.
There was a question on how the scoring works. So in dodgeball, scoring is based off of a win of a game. So what that means is that right now you can see that the game started 6-on-6 players. When a player gets hit out, whether they're hit by a ball or they get caught with a throw, they have to step off the court. The last team with players left on the court, they get a point. So then in the end of the 40-minute match, so 20 minutes on each side, whatever team has the most points wins the game.
Yeah, so it's just kind of an attrition match. You just want to make sure you still have players left. Ooh, nice grab there from Stidham. And that one finished off pretty quickly as Karata is suddenly facing down a whole team. Yeah, it is an attrition game. As long as you eliminate all of your opponents and you still have at least 1 player remaining, you will score that point. And then we got 2 20-minute halves at the end of the 2nd half in the sudden death, and we'll get to explaining that when it comes up shortly. Whichever team has the most points wins. And if we do get to a tie, there will be 1 additional tie-breaking step. We'll talk about that again if it comes up soon.
It's very much like a battlefield is kind of how I think about it. It's kind of 2 armies. They're pushing each other back. They're kind of gaining ground, losing ground maybe a little bit. And it's about whoever has kind of the most soldiers left on the field in the end.
You're a very aggressive person, so it doesn't surprise me that that's your metaphor. So. We see good strikes from the Americans off the beginning, and DeSantis there taking a long shot, but missing. And now United States players 3 balls strong coming up. Kreider with a great counter. Stone with a good clean block. And we see a big throw from Ketchum going a little high, and a couple of players jumping over that ball. Manuzzi throwing toward the middle, but not able to find anyone there. Manuzzi again. Stone jumps. And that ball somehow comes right back to Manuzzi. Oh, the refs. They want to make sure that that green ball gets back to its home court. And here we go again. There's a big throw from Stone. Not able to find the catch on the counterattack. But now Ketchum is going to take over that corner. Team USA back up to the line. That's a big throw. The counter not connecting. Italy down to 3 members. We see a high shot there from Ketchum, evaded. And that throw from Rizzi going a little low. This time we see a crossbody throw from Payan towards Rizzi. A little bit off the mark. Now Italy trying to whittle down the American side. They find Perez. Slides and looks for the catch, but unable to hang on. Still though, the Americans 4-player advantage. That shot from Johnson bounces before it finds the mark. So Italy's going to get their chance. See if they can even up the count. And that one, oh, Ketchum not able to block that one cleanly. So we're back to 3-on-3. Good accuracy on those last couple throws from Team Italy. Kreider, well-timed, aggressive shot. And we have a pause. Not actually sure what that was for, but
Looks like there might be sweat on the court is what it looks
actually
like.
no, even easier. Time just expired, so we're now in sudden death.
Oh.
We couldn't quite see the clock, but there is no blocking allowed now in sudden death. The ball, if you are holding it and an incoming throw touches it, you are out. Kreider, I think, looking to be aggressive, misses that time. Big shot onto Johnson, connecting. That one bounces before it reaches the target. Kreider clears that ball. Kreider avoids that one as well. 2-on-2.
Justin Payan and Nate Kreider left in for the U.S., both experienced Worlds players here.
Yeah, 2 of the most experienced and decorated players in American Dodgeball. And that throw connecting. Kreider avoids it. DeSantis alone now. We see the attack from Kreider. Hits him up high as he goes low. And Nate Kreider secures that point for the United States.
Going into the second half, it's Team Italy with 2 points, United States with 7. There's still another 20 minutes left, though. A lot of dodgeball still to happen in this game.
Yeah, and already I want to give a shout out to Italy because this is already a better performance than in their round robin match against the United States, where they lost 13-1. So doubling their score from their first encounter with the American team, and I'd say doing a pretty good job of making sure the score doesn't get totally away from them. So.
Yeah, they've clearly learned a lot, even over just the last couple days here, about the aggressive play that perhaps the Americans play with and how to maybe counteract that a little bit. So like they mentioned in their interview earlier, they're wanting to grow and excel and become even stronger coming back, and they're already proving that here right now.
Yeah, I think we've seen they've definitely absorbed the tactics of how to play with these 7-inch foam balls. As you noted earlier, it's not what a lot of them started with, but I feel like their game has adapted really well.
Absolutely. So still got another 7 minutes left. Italy's got to be feeling maybe a little bit tired here today. They had a game earlier against Argentina. That was a very neck-and-neck game. Yep. And Italy only came with about 8 players. So they don't got a very deep bench to be able to pull from and give some of their players rest. But, I mean, maybe you might not be able to tell them. They're pretty passionate, excited. Every time they've gotten a point off of the U.S., it's like they've taken 4 Red Bulls.
Yeah. Yeah, you cannot doubt that team's passion, that's for sure. And as the players getting back to the line, let's cut back over to the court, and we're going to get the second half underway. And now the Americans, having won the last point, they end up throwing first, but we have a Renegade ball back on the court. And so now we'll get back underway. The referees do pause the game anytime a foreign object enters the court, and sometimes a foreign object is a dodgeball from elsewhere in the arena. Good active dodging attempts from the Americans, catch them going high. You'll see sometimes the pump fakes are convincing enough that players will react and look for a dodge. Ooh, good throw there and a good counter, a team catch. Oh, that was Ketchum diving forward, saving his teammate. It's always good to know when you've got a teammate having your back. Yep.
Yeah.
And now it's the old turtle block. And I suppose it sounds like that still may have caught Caprera there.
Refs conferring on that one, making sure it actually hit him. Looks like it did.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it from here, but a lot of those were pretty close, so it's a good chance one of them just kind of skimmed him. We have enough officials on the court that I trust that they've got good angles. At least somebody is going to have a good look at whatever happens.
Yes, I know that for the playoffs and especially for tomorrow, they're going to be adding more and more refs to each of these final games to make sure that the most accurate and fair calls are being made. More eyes on the court, the better. So I know Jake Mason was hoping to get as many eyes as possible to have the best calls.
And now Italy working with 2 players and 4 balls. See Prifti has had some good throws in this set, having taken out Nate Kreider a few seconds ago. Throwing again toward the huddle. And that's a double hit on Hashimoto and Ketchum. Italy spent nearly all their balls though. Yeah, but they survived the retaliation. Throw toward Prifti missing. And he throws. Perez going low. Now Isidro Perez making a call. You see a preemptive attack towards Stone that misses.
Ball off the court right now, looks like.
Yeah, it's coming back. That throw kind of high. Prifti going low. And again, preemptive attack, but fully able to get low underneath. That one lacked some of the fire of the earlier ones, and then the shot from Stone. Ooh, good dodge. Prifti, oh, but he hit the sideline.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Like we mentioned earlier, lines are hard out, so what that means is that if a player even accidentally steps on that outside white line or in the blue area, they are called out, which is an unfortunate way to get out here in the playoffs, here in the World Championship. You want the other team to earn that out. You want them to have to hit you or catch you, not just a accidental stumble out, but that does happen quite often in the game.
Yeah, but to Cristiano Prifti's credit, he did avoid the balls.
Yes.
It just maybe had to slide a little too far outside to do it, so. 8-2 United States over Italy in this quarterfinal match. The Americans coming into the playoffs as the #1 seed. That throw bounces before Foley finds it, so no catch there. Yeah, the Americans only one loss to Team Canada in the round robin. Ooh, great shot there by Kreider. Counterattack toward Ketchum. That's a hit. Yeah, if you missed any of the matches from yesterday, including Canada-US, both men's and women's, or the men's team USA against Team Malaysia as the last match of the night, those are available on YouTube. As Kreider clears over that ball, we see an attack and a counter and some misses. Prifti staying alive there. very confidently taking the line, though.
Looks like it's 5-on-5 right now.
Yeah, and I think that one found Prifty. So now the Americans again, 4 balls strong to the line. That's a good shot. See that second throw catching, I think that might have been Kelsey over in the corner. And the back and forth,
and
Hashimoto.
a catch by Eli Hashimoto.
Yeah,
It looks like he may have stepped out on that white line.
Yeah, you saw the ref make the catch signal and then the pointing out signal. So exactly, Hashimoto making the catch just barely in bounds. Ooh, good throw from Stone, finding the opposite corner. And the Americans quickly, with a couple of accurate throws, they turn it into a win.
Making the score now 9-2 in favor of the United States. Still 15 minutes left in the match.
Yeah, and there's a timeout from Italy, I believe. So yeah, we saw the Americans, you know, when the play gets fast and furious, the Americans have those good accurate throws. We just saw them connect there, you know, just to kind of finish it in a blink of an eye. So
yeah, when they get on fire, they seem to be able to close out the game real quick. But the ones that the games that Team Italy have been able to take off from the United States, it seems it was the moments that maybe Team USA was fumbling a little bit, and Italy took advantage of that, got a few of their big players out real quick, and then were able to pick off the last few one by one.
Yep. I think when you're the underdog team, you kind of want to invite some of that more chaotic play, because you may be able to find some edges there that aren't always there when it's more structured. And especially if the Americans are able to play their game. They're obviously the favorite in this match, so I think Italy doing pretty well to just try and create some of that chaos and take advantage when they have the chance.
Absolutely.
And that's maybe a bit of a false start. Italy leaving 1 ball behind. And now the Americans get to catch it. So normally off the actual opening rush, you're only allowed to go for the balls on your right side. However, once you've cleared all of your balls, you are able to make a play on any balls that have been left on the opponent's right-hand side. So we saw the Americans managing to get 1 ball from Team Italy that got left behind, as maybe their runner maybe thought he'd made a false start. Italy to the line. Nothing doing on that attack, so the Americans still 6 strong. They will get their chance to set up on offense. The throw from Perez, missing Kelsey. Good counter though. And definitely Karata gets hit out, and I think Kelsey's in.
Yeah, it looks like Stone went for that on there, didn't quite connect.
Now, see a bit of a slowdown here. Stone holding the line. Bates a throw from the back. Not allows the Americans back on the offensive. Throw from Hashimoto missing toward the middle. And there was a throw from Caprera that doesn't do any damage.
It's nice to see Stone back on the court today. He had tweaked his shoulder a little bit and took yesterday off. Wanted to save his arm for the playoff game, so it's good to see that he's feeling better.
Yeah, he's a returning member from last year's Team USA. He was the captain of the team that competed in Toronto, Ontario. And a veteran presence and a solid performer on the court. Also a fan of heavy metal music, which means I like his taste quite a bit. Good quick throw from Perez, missing. That one bounces before it finds him. I think both Bush teammates who are on here, Foley and Stone, are drummers. And that's a good shot from Perez, reducing the Italian side to just 3. So Caprera in the corner holding 2. Oh, we see a good counterattack, but Perez not able to grab that ball. See a counter towards Stone as well, missing, and Italy gets to that ball safely. There's also an orange one on the court from another game. Canada-Mexico getting that ball back. And that's a big throw from Stone, but blocked adeptly. Counterattack. Both Americans going low, and it sails high over them. Now with 12.5 minutes remaining, Americans.
Big hit.
Yep. Saw two shots connecting there.
You can hear the crowd get a little bit excited about Hashimoto's hit there.
Yeah. Anything Hashimoto does, they'll cheer.
Yeah.
He's earned it. Stone elects not to take it, waits for support, and Ketchum connects. Stone with the follow-up shot to help make sure, but Kelsey knocked out. And the Americans now extend their lead to 10-2. 12 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the match. So as you might guess from the #1 seed against the #8 seed, it's a pretty strong showing from the Americans right now, but the Italians, they'd said in the interview earlier, they wanted to make sure they got a couple points off of the #1 seed, and they've done it. They've made a couple of other points pretty tough for the Americans to get, so I feel like that's a good showing from them.
Absolutely, and like they mentioned, they want to learn and grow from this experience and come back in future years even stronger.
And there we see good blocking for him, but Manuzzi still hit out on a good shot from Foley. And now the United States to the line. Wow, Kreider getting hit out there. Team USA comes up. That's a big shot. Ooh, almost a pop-up catch, but
just about had that.
I think that was DeSantis, and I think he just didn't quite see where the ball was when it came up off of him. Back and forth, Stone, I think with a grab there.
I think so. Big catch by Eric Stone.
And the throw from Rizzi, and then a hit out on the far side. I think that's Caretta who got knocked out. Kelsey and Caprera are going to talk over the plan here. An attempt onto Stone missing. The Americans to the line. Yeah, there's a preemptive attempt from Team Italy that doesn't find the mark, and now the Americans with 4. Yeah, that was like a hit.
One player left in for Team Italy.
Tries a trick shot under the leg, and then looking for a catch. Why not, right?
Making the score United States 11, Italy 2.
And now the teams, we get a replay here of the nice little below the leg shot, and then the attempt to go into catching position, but one of my favorite attempts at a throw so far today. And now off the rush with the United States up 11-2. See them come to the line. Marchbanks with a good throw under the blocking ball. He knocks Giovanni DeSantis off the court. Italy looking to retaliate. We see a spinning backhand from Caprera, and then a follow shot from, I believe that was Caretta's throw, getting Marchbanks off the court. The Americans now 5 strong coming up. That is a hit onto, I think that's Kelsey. Caretta decides not to take the shot. Team USA, 2 balls in hand, waiting for the throw. Caretta, great shot onto Hashimoto. I feel like Caretta, when he's safe, his throw, and when he's able to really put his body into it, it's pretty solid.
Looks like Italians have got a strong hat game going right now.
Yeah,
All
true.
5 players on the court have got the backwards hat going for them. They're feeling it.
Stidham posturing aggressively at the line. Team USA with the throws. They find the mark on Caprera. And And now Prifty, Ritzi, and Karata. See a throw. Jumped over by Spacher. Prifty looking aggressive. Ooh. There's a try towards Spacher, but it misses. It's tough to hit those shots cross court from long range like that, but sometimes you can catch a player napping. It's worth it. Wow. That was Stidham hit out in the exchange. Prifty dancing up to the line, but backing off now. Team USA with 4. Well, both balls toward Prifty, but missing. And we see the shot toward Payan missing. He looks for the counter. Elects to go low on the block as Karata lets it go.
Glenn Spacher, Derek Johnson, and Justin Payan still left in for the United States.
There's a big bang happening in the venue. Another couple of shots there. Oh, that was a close to being a catch from Ritzi there, but
it's got to be fun for these guys to play together. They're so used to playing opposite of each other. Those last 3 that we just saw on the court are on very different teams in the Elite, which is the American Competitive Dodgeball organization, and they usually face off against each other.
Yeah, there we see Ritzi looking for the catch. It was right in the pocket, but not throw hard enough that he had trouble with it.
Yeah, and you saw Payan and Johnson hugging each other at the end. That's nice to see. Usually they're on the opposite ends of the court, so there's probably not a lot of hugging that happened in that.
Not till after the match, anyway. Yeah, we see a couple of tries from Italy there, looking to throw the Americans off their offensive game, but Team USA survives, and now 5 balls strong. Stidham showing aggression at the line, trying to make sure Italy stays back. Now the Americans huddling again. Yeah, we see, yeah, there's a pop-up that I think DeSantis was hoping for, but it ended up being far enough out of bounds that there wasn't going to be any way he could take it. And we see a throw. Payan not able to block that one cleanly. We saw it go off his ball and down into his feet. Yeah, good jump from Stidham there, but couldn't quite clear that ball.
4 on 4 now.
And Johnson throwing, Marchbanks evading the counter. Throw from Marchbanks, close to the target, but you see Prifty lean out of the way there. Good shot toward Marchbanks and Stone. And now preemptive try, not blocked by Spacher. 3 Americans to the line, and they connect. That was 2 balls right onto Francesco Kelsey. And Marchbanks aggressively, that one pops up, and that catch counts.
Nice ricochet catch there for the Italians. Oh, refs coming together to make sure. Believe if the player was already out before the ricochet catch happened.
That's the question. I believe he was hit. Just so we know how the rules go, though, even if he was hit, if the ball that hit him was dead before he had control of the ball that he was going for on the catch, then that would mean his catch does not count. However, if the ball that hit him was still in the air and has not yet gone dead when the catch was made, then that would mean the catch is good and he would have saved his teammate. Either way, though, yep. So the catch is good, and I believe they're saying he was out as well.
Catch and out, yeah. So for the watchers at home that might not know, catch means that not only does the thrower go out, you get to bring one of your own players back in. So I always say catches win games because it's twice as effective as even the hardest hit in the world.
Yeah, and even if you get out as you go for a catch like that, it's still worth it for your team because you get replaced by a teammate, whereas the person who threw the ball is out. So always worth trying to bail out your teammates, always worth trying to keep your head up, looking for those ricochets. The best teammates are aware teammates who are willing to have your back like that.
Yeah, definitely. can be a big momentum shift. So as you can see here, now it's 2-on-3 in favor of the Italians, where previously the U.S. had more players. So this could be a big momentum shift here for the Italians.
Cadetta going to the ground to avoid that, and I think Stone surviving on the block there.
Glenn Spacer and Eric Stone still left in for the United States.
Preemptive attack towards Stone missing. Italy content to leave themselves with just one ball to play defense. And the Americans attack that ball and hit out the player. Prifty walks off. 2-on-2 now. And the fakes. The shot towards Spacer missing. Stone counters Coretta on the counter. And he himself countered. Stone aggressive. I think Stone was hit out there by Caprera, but Spacer still alive, and we got a 1-on-1.
Glenn Spacer, previously from Chicago, Illinois, now lives in Los Angeles, California. Was recently called off the reserve list for Team USA and was activated about 2 weeks ago.
And we see Caprera looking for the catch. Trying to assert hat dominance here. Oh, Spacer on the mark. Caprera looking for the catch, but the only thing he caught was an out. America taking a 13-2 lead.
Nice play by Glenn Spacer on that one. Good showing from the Italians, though. They got it down to a 1v1. That was very competitive play. Put the Americans on their heels a bit rather than playing the aggressive play that they've played over the last several matches.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we were talking about before, where the Italians have been able to keep a lot of these points really close. Forcing Team USA to earn some points in a more difficult situation. So we appreciate seeing the heart that the Italians are showing here.
I'm excited to see what the Italians will come back with next year. They've grown even so much over the last couple days. They have playing with some of their arms are really amazing, throwing very hard.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good catches from them as well. They're not afraid to look for those catches, and they've been able to collapse on some tough balls. So I think their teamwork has grown as well. You can see that it's a little more coordinated than the first time they showed up on the WDBF stage. Marchbanks with a good block there.
Chelsea for Team Italy on the left corner looking for a shot.
And now Team USA coming back to the line. Oh, good block by Payan. Counterattack towards Stone, bounces short. And let's see what the Americans can do with the offensive here. I think they find Prifty in the corner there. Kelsey looking aggressive. Elects not to take that throw. Italy to the line. Missing Marchbanks, missing Stone as well. Team USA to the line. See that throw. Missing the mark. Payan, though, finding it through the blocking ball. And Caretta knocked out. Italy, 4 balls in hand. Oh, they take out Johnson. He went low and looked for the catch, but no luck on that one. Good throw from Team Italy. And that one, I think the ref saying was a hit. Yep. So Kelsey off the court. 3 teammates left behind. Counter toward Marchbanks missing, and that shot from Stone, I think, did hit Manuzzi. Now the Americans working against 2 from Italy. Holding the line, trying to make sure that nothing comes up for free. Rizzi looking to take the line. Unorthodox throw there from DeSantis.
Rizzi, number 44 on the left. DeSantis on the right.
Showing a spin throw there, and then another Payan, but there we see Stone countering and hitting.
Alessandro Rizzi left in for Team Italy. Just finishing it up there. making the score 13-2 in favor of the United States with 1:22 left on the clock.
Yeah, so this one, not really in doubt score-wise now, but like we said, I think the Americans wanted to make sure that they play strong. They're heading into a little deeper into the playoffs. We get a little replay action here. Coordinated effort on the Reedsy. Good accurate throws from the Americans. Yeah, they're going to want to make sure that they're on target. They have good synergy with each other as they get deeper into the playoffs. So even though the score isn't close here, I know the Americans don't want to end up just goofing around. They want to make sure they're playing their game the way they want to. Italy comes up. I think we saw a fake between the legs throw there from Caretta. And let's see what the Americans do. Catch him back in the match. Oh, and there's a grab. Stidham caught. Oh, sorry, that's Kreider caught.
Flying jump there
Yeah.
for Team Italy. It's always fun when those work out. We call them flight kills here in the States.
Oh, there's a good hit. Knocking out, I think that's Priefty. Yeah, in some styles of dodgeball, you are allowed to make jumping shots across the center line. You are not allowed to do that in the WDBF. Any part of you goes over that center line, you are automatically out. And I think the rules even specifically say you are just not allowed to make an attack across the line. Too dangerous for this particular style of play. And we see some counters from Italy, but I think there was a catch there. Either way, though, time has expired. We're going to head to sudden death. We'll see who's left on the court for it.
Looks like 3 players for Team Italy. Alessandro Rizzi on the right. I believe it's DeSantes in the middle. Can't quite see who's on the left right now.
Yeah, our angle just a little bit blocked. But we do know who's there for the Americans. Ooh, big throw from Ketchum at the feet. Or no, sorry, Perez at the feet. Maybe it was Ketchum.
Caretta still left in for the Italy on the left.
Ketchum goes between the legs. Misses. Standing spinning throw. Ooh, big jump there from Caretta.
And caught his hat. Italy laughing about that one.
Yep.
It's a nice try by Caretta.
And here we go back to sudden death. Throw from Payan eliminating DeSantis. Caretta goes between the legs toward Ketchum, missing. Ketchum's going to try himself. That one bounces before it hits Caretta. We got a bit of a goof off here. Caretta goes clean there.
Beautiful play late. Caretta, and getting another player.
Foley with the backline shot. Perez, oh no, sorry, Hashimoto missed. Caretta missed.
Caretta getting out. Justin Pine and Andrew Ketchum there. Still got 3 left on the field for United States.
See, curveball attempt from Perez that went pretty high. Caretta now takes a shot. Takes another shot. Foley jumping over that, looking for a catch on that one, but it went wide. And let's see how this one finishes. Backhand from Caretta. Hashimoto makes sure. But you can see, I would say the Italians are still pretty happy with how everything went.
They're joining their teammate there on the court, happy for him. They seem to be pumped about that. They enjoyed that last game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. High entertainment value. The Americans will advance. Yeah, get some replays of the throw action there. Payan getting hit out. Ketchum going between the legs, kicking the ball up into the air as he goes out.
That was a nice match. So that means that the United States go on tomorrow to play in the gold medal match, I believe.
I think they have a semifinal actually before that. They will have the winner of Canada-Mexico.
Which that was going on another court, so we should be able to find out slowly, shortly, who won that game to know who will be playing for that playoff game.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to get those results as quickly as possible and share them with all of you watching.
But that game will be tomorrow. So, right? Is that correct?
I'm going to have to check.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, I believe we got word in chat that Canada won against Italy.
So that means Canada and the United States men will be playing to determine who will go on to the bronze medal match and who will go on to the gold medal match.